The sliding blockchain strategy. I know that many people are waiting for the sliding blockchain strategy. In fact, actually, there's some people who are contacting me that they have put their bots in a single mode, and right now they are not trading because they're waiting for this new strategy to come out. I want to share with you some results of the backtesting that we have been doing. I have tested hundreds of different strategies or different settings for the new strategy. Just to remind you or recap on what we mentioned before, why did we come up with this new strategy, enhanced strategy of sliding blockchain? We've seen in the past that the old strategy is working really well, but the only downside is that when the market goes down deeply, you see the portfolio going down and it takes a long time. If the market keeps on going down and stays down for long, it will stay, you will have some covers on the top that are still active for you, and the value of those will keep on going down. Yes, the bot is pulling down the whole average price of all the open positions down as the time goes, but that might take a year or 2 years even, or even more. It depends on the market situation, but we know eventually it's going to close with profit, but it will take longer. Now with the new strategy, what I came up with is that instead of waiting for the market for the bot to pull down those trades from the top and pull everything down by the time, instead use the profit to close the positions on the top. In this way, even if the market goes down deeper, you will not hold a lot of coins. Most of your money will come back into USDT, and you have more funds to even go deeper in the market. And I have taken this example here. I need to share my screen and show you the market scenario that we have tested on and show you the results of that testing. Okay, so this is a backtesting environment. I need just to go first to the exchange. Okay. Let me pull this aside. Okay, as you can see here, this is the live chart of AAVE on Binance. And I've chosen this period here from 1st of April 2022, where the market was a peak. And then from there, the market went down and stayed down for quite long. And I stopped the backtesting here. So if you see, there was a complete drop of about 82% of this coin during this time. So if it worked in this scenario, then we know that it's going to work in all the kind of market scenarios. If the market goes up, everyone is going to make profit, regardless of the settings that you have. So that's a scenario that we don't want to look at the moment. We want to look at the worst case scenario and how will the new strategy handle this kind of big drop. Obviously, with the current strategy, if the market goes down, it's going to stop somewhere here, and you have to add more funds from outside and activate the MCR. With the new strategy, you don't have to do this. The bot is automatically doing that for you. It cuts from the top, the positions on the top, and adds to the bottom. Cuts from the top and add to the bottom. Okay, let me just go now to the backtesting and show you. I've tested both the current strategy and the new enhancement with several settings. Now, the final setting that I came up with, it just ended, I think, 2 hours back, the backtesting. Let me just share with you. This is the bot now here. Okay, this is the OSA's downside. This is the old strategy. I've put here in this bot a virtual 100,000 USDT to trade. And I put another 100,000 for the other bot that's using the new strategy. If you see 100,000 is a signed amount or the compounding is on. This is the EazyBot default strategy. And this is the normal strategy, which is the old one. This is just the backtesting where I'm calling it old just to compare. And if you see, the settings are the same as the current scenario. Let's see what happened during this time. What happened is that the market started going down. It was making profit and closed a couple of cycles. And then this is the last cycle. Last cycle started at the price of 253. Let's go back and see that in the chart. 253 is somewhere here, started here, right on the top. And then the market started going down and down and down. Let's see where it stopped. Now, this is the last cover. It reached to cover 38 on 18th of August 2022. So as you can see, it was supposed to work until beginning of August or end of July 2023, but it didn't. Why? Because the market went really down and it stayed down. So when the market went down, we have to add funds from outside. But I didn't want to add funds from outside. I didn't want to activate the MCR. I wanted just to see it working as it is so that we can compare apple to apple. So it stopped at the price of, let's look at the price, at the price of 102. 102, when I go back here and see where's the price, 102, let's make a line. Yeah, 102 is somewhere in here. Yeah. Actually, it stopped way before that, and market went down and then it started again. So it stopped here in May 9th, about May 9th. And then the market went down, there was no activity, and then it went up again and started having some activities here. And the last activity was 8th of June, which is somewhere here. If we go back to the Yes, 18th of August, sorry. That means, again, there was another movement. Let me see. Yes, here. There was some movement in August. So it was silent, 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 and then did some couple of covers, buy and sell, and then it was silent and silent and silent, and then went here and did some kind of activities, and it stopped here. So all of this kind of market movement here, it did not work because there was not enough funds, there was not enough covers down to really work on this market. While when we look at the new enhancement with the final settings, I hope that this is the final, the situation was completely different. Let me just show you through. Okay, let's look at the result of this. This is what I just opened now. It made a total profit of 9,019 USDT. And the capital that was signed is 100,000. So it's about 9%. And then it stopped. Now, this is the new enhancement. As you can see here, it have made a total profit of 69,000. Let me just load. Yeah, so it's 66,968. So we're comparing now 9,000 to 66,000. You see the big difference. And let's see the kind of market coverage that we had on this. And let's look at something actually. Before looking at that, let's see at that time, when the market was here at this time, when the market was almost 80% down, let's see how much USDT did we still have for the market, even if it goes really down. At this stage, on 31st of July, we still had more than 10,000 USDT available for us to take more covers. So this is the big difference. That one have already completed all the covers, had no more USDT to buy down in the market, but here this had more than 10,000 available still USDT because it used part of the profit to close the top profit and bring back the money into USDT. And I'll not go through the settings in details, but I will show you. This new strategy has 93 covers, right? Let's scroll down. It has up to 93 covers. I'll explain that later. But as per the settings of EazyBot, this is not enough, or this is not where it can just stop, because it closed the top positions and add more covers at the down. Let's see by July 31st, how many covers did it add? So it moved from 93 covers automatically, adding the covers in an automated way. It went up to 196 covers. So all of these covers from 93 up to 196 were added automatically without us to have to activate the MCR or have to get involved manually or anything like this, because it's programmed like this. Now, as soon as there is enough profit to close the top position, realize the profit and add more covers down. Close the top position, the next one, and then add covers down. Close the top position, add covers down. Unlike this, it keeps on rolling down. That's why we call it sliding. It slides with the market as the market goes down and adds more covers down until it closes the whole cycle and start all over again. So right now we are as if we have closed the cycle, because the amount of USDT available is even higher than the amount that we start with, which is exactly what I wanted to happen here. Yes, we have a different settings. Slightly different settings, actually not slightly, it has too much different in settings. I have tried more than 100 versions of the settings and all, and this was by far the best one of them. So if anyone has a question about this, I can take them now.
A couple of questions coming in from Ahmed and Yogi, Pathfinders, Gold Rush. All right, stay tuned, Mohammed. I'll start the release.
Okay.
Pathfinder, Ahmed, go ahead.
Hello, Mohammed. Just a quick question. That's just crazy. I don't know how you came up with this, but just question. Now you're saying if it's going to be 98, and let's assume this is the final version. Does that mean like the minimum bot amount is going to be different as well?
Yes, but not that big difference. Like for example, in Binance, we're going to take the minimum cover value is going to be 1%, and you can make the math to see what's the minimum amount. So for example, for Binance, it's going to be 1,000 per bot. And then it goes all of these covers down. And the starting here on this, if you assume this is going to be the final, is going to start with 7%. So that in the bull market, you have a big value on the top that goes up, which is more than double of what we have at the moment. So on the upper side, it's going to be making good profit because the starting amount is actually, let me go through the settings and just show you, because that would be useful for you to understand what I'm talking about. Okay, see the starting amount here for this version is 7% of the capital. This is the starting amount. Then it goes down for the first 14 covers, it's all 1%, because 0.14 of the 7% is 1%. Everything down is 1%. But to help it in the bull market to make the maximum profit, what I did here is I make those covers very close to each other. The drop of the market is only 0.25%, 0.25% on the first 14 covers. So within the first 14 covers, we have 14%. 14% of the capitals lies here in this region, plus the 7% that we have at the starting. So we can say we have 21% of the capital is within this region and the starting amount. So when there's a bull market, it's not going to go straight, only take cover one and go up, cover one and go up. It's going to take swings. It's going to go down a little bit. When it goes down a little bit, take all of these covers and then goes up and sell all of them and makes profit, and then sells the initial amount and do that over and over and over again. So in the bull market, we're going to see some good profit compared to what we have right now, maybe the same or maybe higher in some scenarios. But when the market goes down, there's a lot of fluctuation. The difference between each cover and the other in the down market is not 2% like what we have at the moment. At the moment, we have up to 2.5%. But here we have kind of a high frequency, 1.2%. The highest, if we go down, is 1.28%. That's the maximum, with a retracement of 0.28%. And then the sliding cover, which is going to be created down, it has the same configuration of the lower covers, which is 1.28% as a drop, 0.28 as a retracement, and the value of the cover is 1% of the capital, which is 0.14 times of the starting amount of 7%. I hope that makes sense. So this will ensure that you're always in action. The bot is always in action. It's always buying and selling, even with a small movement of like 1% or so, because the maximum drop that we have is 1.28%. Unlike right now in this region is we have 2.5%, right, or 2.25% in some of the covers. So it's like half. So you can expect double of the activities that's happening right now, even in a normal market scenario, sideways or up market.
Excellent. And I presume it has to be on a new bot, like you can't convert an existing bot into the new strategy, right?
We're still talking about having like a toggle here somewhere where you can tell the bot, once you close the current cycle, go into the new sliding blockchain.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
No problem.
All right, thank you, sir. We got Yogi up next. I'll unmute. Go ahead and ask your question, Yogi.
Yeah, hi there, Mohammed. You sort of just answered it. You compared it in a downtrend, obviously, which is what everybody is quite important to see, because we're always going to have that downtrend at some point, and it's good figures. What about when the market's going up? How much difference is it to what we've got now? To what
I'll show you one example. I'll show you one of the examples that we have. However, this is not maybe the optimal example, but at least we tested in one of them. I'm going to test in a couple of more. So on up market, when we look at the region between in Solana from October 2023 until March 2024, that was kind of a bull market for Solana. So in this time, it have made 7,811. That's I think 3 months. How many months? 2 months plus 3 months. We have about 5 months, 4 or 5 months, right?
Is that on 100,000?
This is, let me check. Was it 100,000 here or 10,000? I guess it's 10,000. Yeah, it's 10,000. So like 70%. Yeah, 70%. When we look at the current strategy, it have made, I think, about 8,000, close to this number, not that far, but let me go to that. Well, I don't have it here, but I have this. If you see, yeah, this is. Let me take this out so that it's not confusing. This is the up market during the same with the current strategy. It have made 8,217, 8,200.
Yeah.
Compared to 7,000, how much was it? It's here. Yeah, compared to the sliding blockchain of 7,800. So we're talking about like 300 or 400 difference, which is not big.
And it's the same time period, the amount of days.
The same time between October and March, the same dates. October, I think 1st of October until 14th of March, 2024.
So then really, you've shown the downtrend, you've shown the uptrend.
I want to show now a full cycle, a kind of a full cycle, like downside up, upside down. So I'm working still on that. That's why actually it took really more time because of testing. Every time we have different settings. Something is wrong, something needs to be changed. Even a small percentage have to be moved here and there. So I think this is going to be the final one. Today I just finished the testing of the down and side, which is the AAVE. I'm going to test it now in a couple of other coins on the upwards and a full cycle, upside down and downside.
why would anyone want to use the old strategy then if this one is working pretty much way better in a downtrend, pretty much the same?
I just
in an
got this
uptrend?
question like an hour back. Okay, the idea here is that we're positioning ourselves as a software. Maybe someone have a different strategy that they want to use with a moving average. They're welcome to do that. But this sliding blockchain is going to be the default now. If somebody comes to you, if you create a new bot, then you will get it already set as a sliding blockchain with the default. Then it's your choice. You can change that from default to your own strategy, or you can change it from sliding blockchain to moving average, and then you can do the changes that you want. And in both of them, you will have the defaults that you can choose from.
Okay, yeah, we'll wait for that full cycle, and then I think that'll be quite interesting to see what the full results are.
Yeah, sure. I kind of know the result, but we have to see. We have to see, right?
We'll wait, no worries.
Perfect.
All right, thank you, Yogi. Next, we have one of our Pathfinders, Hussam Osman. Come on in, my friend.
Yes, I guess some of the questions, I think that you guys answered them. Dr. Mohammed, you answered it. But is the pod is going to also have open and closed sessions, or is it going to act a little bit differently?
Yes, it's going to be exactly the same, but the way it close covers is different. This is the only difference that we're having. So it's going to close the top covers without having to pull the whole average price down, so that we can get rid of those top positions in case the market goes down, and we move that covers from up to down below the last cover of the strategy. So you're going to have sessions always. For example, if the market is going up, it's going to be buying the first cover, selling it, and then starts a new cycle, buy it and sell it, buy it and sell it, and buy it and sell it over and over again. So we're going to have cycles just like before.
Also, the averages are going to continue to show up in there, and they're going to change as well, or is this?
There will be a slightly different because we're not going to have the average price like what we have at the moment. The average price that we have at the moment is the top trade as it moves down, right? It's not actually the average of the whole trade. In this new strategy, we're going to look at the average as all the open positions. Compared to the past is going to look at the top position, because there are two criteria. The first priority for the bot is to close everything. Once there is a movement in the price, it's going to look at, okay, what if I close all these trades? Am I going to be making profit or not? If yes, then close them and start a new cycle. If no, then start using the profit that you're going to make on this trade, on the top trade, and see if you can close it or not. Otherwise, look for the next sell and then see if you can do that. So I'll give you an example. Let's say, for example, you have multiple trades already open and your average price is 100, okay? And now the market had a sudden jump up, a spike. So in this case, the bot's not going to be looking at the lower trades and trying to close them and take profit and close the top trade. It's going to close everything. If the new price went up and shoot above the average price with the amount of the take profit that we have in the system, then it will close everything. We'll prioritize closing all the trades over closing the lower trades. But if this doesn't work, then look at the lower trades and try to close them and use part of the profit to close the top trades.
Can't wait to get it started and use it. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you so much for your questions. We got Team Gold Rush up next. Our faithful leader of Team Gold Rush, Laurencio, our co-host. We appreciate all your support on our training and support calls. And come on in with your question, my friend.
Yeah, great. Thank you, sir. I think you kind of answered the question for me. It's clear as mud. So I understand how this strategy works on the downtrend, and I think you said that it also benefits as it goes up as well.
Yeah, actually, what we did to make it really work on the up market, based on the settings that we have here, let me just show again. We have put 21% of the capital on the top, let's say 3% of the market. The top 3% of the market, we have already 21% of the capital. That will help it in the up market, because the bull market is not going to take only the initial trade. And if it's going to do so, then still the initial trade is more than double of what we have in the existing strategy, 7% compared to 3.35%. So if it's going to only take the first cover and sell it, we're going to achieve a better result than what we have at the moment in the current strategy. But even if the market starts going down a little bit, doing those kind of waves, going down and going up and then going down and up, still we have the first 14 covers are very close to each other. So as the market goes on, it's going to take a couple of them and then goes up, sell all of them, and each one have 1% of the capital.
Okay.
But if we look at the current strategy, we have a difference of about 2%. Yes, exactly 2%. Instead, while here we have 0.2%. to 5%, which is, I think, 4 times lower than what we have. Not 4 times, actually, 8 times less the distance that we had in the current strategy. So that will help it a lot in the bull market. So bull market is like this kind of movement. It comes here, it goes down a little bit, maybe 1, 2, 3% down, and then the next day it goes like 5% above. Next day it goes down by 2, or day or two goes down by 2 or 3%, and then goes up more than the drop. So it goes drop a little bit and then it goes higher. It goes drop a little bit and then it goes higher. Goes down a little bit and then it goes higher. While it's going down a little bit, it's going to take all of these covers, these 14 covers in the top. And then when it goes up higher than the initial price, it's going to sell all of them. So imagine if the market goes down like 3%, it's going to take all of these. So this is 21%, including the initial buy. So 21% is being bought as coins, and then it goes above the initial price, sells everything, and makes you profit, and then start doing that over and over and over again.
Okay, thank you. Oh, Mohammed, are you gonna have like a training video on this? We can also go back and view how.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll definitely do that on launching. We'll get that done. I'm just yet to do the testing of it in the full cycle, and then we'll release a video to explain how it's done and how you can customize it if you want to customize it.
Thank you, Team Gold Rush and Laurencio. Appreciate you, my friend. And just a reminder for everyone, if you do have the Business Glue app, his video explaining the SBS is in your training for Business Glue. It is a feature on your Business Glue, your membership app. So feel free to pay attention to that, take that course, learn about the SBS from firsthand experience. Come on in, Love Helping Grade. Ask your question.
Good morning, Doc.
Good morning.
This is crazy good. I'm loving it. My question for you is, and the customization here, if you want to customize this, you can, right?
Yes, definitely can. You definitely can.
And I was looking at the setting that you have here on the right hand side where you have the key profit. You have 50% there. You have the option to change that if you want to do like the old one, or you can do 90% or whatever, which would make it even more crazier.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. I mean, with it. For me, I'm making this 50% just for the consistency, because if the market's down, you're keeping some profit to pay your bills or to do whatever you want to do with it, so that while waiting for it to close all the top positions, then you're still also making some profit. Yes, it's going to be a little bit slower than if you're using 90% to close the cycle. You're right. It's up to you. You can change it. You can choose only to change this if you want, so that if you want to close cycles really fast, or just keep them as 50% or change them even to 30% if you want, or whatever you wish.
Wow, Doc, you hit it out the park again. Thank you. This is great.
Thank you very much.
Hey, thanks so much. Come on in, Crypto Guy Casey.
Hey, yeah, so Love Helping Grave kind of just said what a little bit of what I wanted to say. Wow, this is amazing. So I knew it was going to be good when you first showed it, but those numbers are like mind-boggling. I hope everybody is understanding how we could be just as excited about this next bear market as we are the bull market. That's what people need to understand. This is amazing. So yeah, so he had asked, he kind of answered that question for me on, we're going to be able to, not like I want to mess around with these parameters too much because this looks amazing, but on my current strategy. So being able to, so if we started to do our own strategy, and that's what you're saying is it would implement where it's buying lower automatically for us if we did some of our own parameters. Is that what you're saying, Mohammed?
Yeah, actually, what you can do here is that here you can make the settings of your sliding cover. Sliding cover means the cover that will be created down under the chain. Like this strategy stops at the cover 93. It should stop here. Right, where is 93? Okay, stops here. But when you close the top position, it creates for you more covers down. What is the size of those covers that you want to make down? You can define that here. You can make it big or small. For me, I prefer to keep it the same size of the lower covers so that I have an even chain in the down market. But it's up to you. If you feel like in the down market you want to make it bigger, you can make this bigger. Instead of 4.14, you can make it 0.2, for example, or something like this. And accordingly, once it sells, the top covers is going to make the math and see how much of weight does the sold cover have compared to the added cover down. For example, now here I have 0.14. When it closed the initial cover, because this is 7% and this is 1%, it's going to open 7 covers down. So it's going to be 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, and 100. So all of them is going to be created one time once this is closed. But here, it have the same weight. Once it closed cover 1, it's going to add one more. It would be 101. Once it closed cover 2, it's going to be 102, and so on and so forth. Right now, you can see it's up to 196. Just gradually have been added down while closing the top positions, making you always have enough USDT to go down in the market.
This is amazing. I mean, so basically this can handle, let's say a coin went down 99%, it can handle that type of drop.
Let me do this exercise for you. Actually, I wanted to do it, but I forgot while asking the question. But since you're asking this, let's look at this right now. I'm going to extract the report of this cycle that's running right now, which is, it's not closed yet, but the time have finished because it have reached the time. So I'll take out the report, and accordingly, we're going to see what was the highest price in this cycle and what was the lowest price in this cycle. And accordingly, we can see what kind of drop did it handle.
Casey, it sounds like you're ready to throw market crash recovery away, man. What's going on?
Exactly. Exactly. It was amazing last bull run or last bear run, but this is just going to be. I'm just as excited about this next bear run as I am the bull run right now. It's amazing.
That's right.
Okay, so this is the report of all the trades. We have total of about 4,846 trades. So we want to see the top. So this is the initial buy, and this is the price here. As you can see, it's 257. So let me just write that side here. So starting price is 257.3. 0.6. 0.6. Okay, 0.6. Okay, and lower cover. Lowest, see the lowest cover price. Okay, we'll know that by just making a small check here. Make it ascending. So this is the lowest price to have hit. It's 45.9. 45.9. You can make the math now. So it handled this kind of drop, this minus this. To make the percentage, we have to divide the amount that it covered divided by the initial amount. So it's 82.18%, which is in line with this here. If you see 82 point something, which is the lowest point here. So it came and took a cover here at this position and worked all the way down. Amazing. Even if it went deeper, still it had enough money to go deeper and buy more covers and sell and buy and sell and make profit and close that positions on the top. So as it was going sideways, it was actually getting prepared to go deeper. As it was going sideways, closing the top positions and adding to the bottom, and can go even deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. So it's not bulletproof. It's not bulletproof, but at least this is the best we could do here. And even actually having an 80% drop is a disaster in the market, actually. And if it could handle that, that's a crazy.
One final question on that. So where was the closeout price for this session?
It did not close because it stopped here. It stopped because if you see the backtesting was programmed to be from 1st of April 2022 until 31st of July 2023, and that's the last day. And still, it had more than 10,000 USDT available for it to go deeper in case the market goes deeper. But if it keeps on going sideways, it would close the whole cycle.
Wow. Okay. I have more questions, but I'll let other people ask theirs. Thank you.
Sure.
Thanks so much, Casey. We appreciate you, my friend. Looking at Andre Morton from Team Gold Rush. We appreciate your contribution to our community, Team Gold Rush. Come on in with your question, Andre.
Good day, EazyBot family.
Good day, my friend. Good day.
Another exciting day, another exciting product. Another thank you to Mohammed for coming up with another strategy. With that said, Mohammed, you said something about this strategy didn't make as much in the up market as the current strategy. Is there any tweaks that can be done to change that?
Well, it's when you say up market, it could work in a different kind of market scenario because up market is not the same, right? It will not happen exactly the same way. I want to test it in a couple of more scenarios and see, because if we look at the up market as just taking the first cover and selling it and make profit, this would have made much more. But there should be some compromise somewhere. I mean, you cannot have everything together and have it really making wonders in the up market, making 10,000, 20,000, and again in the down market it still works, because we know the up market, it will make more money in the up market if you have more capital assigned to the top 2-3 covers. This is well known. And now we have made the first cover as 7%, which is more than double of the previous strategy. And still we kept about 21% in the top 3% of the market. I think it will not be wise to put more than this in the top market, but in a different kind of up market scenarios, it will work better than the current strategy. I'm quite sure. And I'm going to test it in a couple of them because the one that we chose was Solana in a specific period. So I'm going to choose another up market, compare the old one with the new one. Now, this is why it took really a long time to really find the sweet spot, if you will, for the strategy, because sometimes I get good result in the up market, but in the down market, it doesn't really give me what I want. And then another scenario, give me good in the down market, but in the up market, give me like just 5,000, not even reaching to the 7,000 or 6,000. Then this is obviously a no. If I'm going to get, I'm going to not make a good money in the up market because I want to capture both of them. And sometimes in the sideways, it doesn't give me as good as the current market scenario. So far, this is the best settings, but I'm open to changing it. I'm still really retesting it in a different kind of up market scenario. I want to test it really in a full cycle, like up, side, down. And another reverse cycle, down, side, up, and see, compare results, compare apple to apple. So there will always be a short somewhere, but it depends on what's our end goal here. Now, for me, my end goal is to really have a safe trading and have myself covered, even if the market goes deeper, like the deep dive that we had with AAVE. That's why I took AAVE down market as a kind of a perfect scenario for the downside market. And then we worked on that. But yes, I'm definitely going to sit in some other market scenarios and see how it works. I'm quite sure 100% in some up market scenarios, this is going to perform better than the current strategy.
Okay, second question. It seems that in the same period of time that you tested this, it seems like there's more trades closing. Is that correct? We actually had more trades, so this is leading to more trades actually closing. How is that affecting our fees? The fees, with our exchanges and our fees with the SSFs, is that similar? Was it similar in that same process as well?
Yeah, remember that whenever a trade is closed, it already considers the fees as fees and gives you the net profit. Now here, this is a perfect market scenario. You cannot say that if my bot was working at this time, it will give me the exact amount of profit because here there are no fees. There is no exchange fees and there is no SSF fees. This is the kind of the gross profit. But when we run it, but we had to run them hand by hand, the old with the new, without fees or with fees. For me, I'm looking at kind of percentages. How much good is the new strategy compared to the old one? My benchmark is the old strategy, and I'm comparing it with this one. Now both of them are without fees, so the same percentage is going to apply when we apply the fees on them. But yes, we're going to have the same calculation of what we have at the moment. The fees are out, and you're seeing only the net profit, even with the new strategy. And here, what we have done also is we reduced the take profit. Now it's 1.5% instead of 2% and 3% for both of them for the up position, which is called average. Here, they just wording. And here is the lower covers, which is the independent covers. Everything is independent basically. But it will be 1.5 plus the fees. So it will already add up the fees to this 1.5. So it's going to be like if you're VIP plus and you're using I don't know why this is 1.5. It has to be 2%. It's going to be 2% plus 2%. If you're using Binance or KuCoin, for example, and it's going to be 1.9% instead of 1.5%, and so on for the Coinbase users and Kraken users. Is going to be obviously more because the fees are more. But in any case, it's going to be really taking care of the fees end of the day, end of each trade. So there were more trades because the distance between the covers are smaller. So it's obvious that you're going to have more buys than now, and you're going to have more sales because the take profit is lower than what we have at the moment. So you have more closed trades and more open trades as well.
And my last question is, how soon will this be happening where it's the default strategy? What are you looking at?
I don't want to give dates because I gave dates before and we didn't meet them because, we're inventing something new. We're not really having a benchmark where we can compare time to time. Like at the beginning, I was planning to do like a couple of tests for me, like 5-6 tests, but I ended up doing like hundreds of bots and tries and checks and here and there. So as soon as possible. Now from technology point of view, it's ready. The team is waiting for my green signal just to start, but I'm just holding them until I get the final settings. Hopefully this is the final. I just finished testing it in the downside. I'm going to test it in a couple of up markets and compare it with the current one and a full cycle. And I don't want to give dates, but I hopefully by next Tuesday I should be done with all of these testing. Hopefully, unless something comes in between or a new idea comes into my mind that I want to implement and to improve it even before launching.
Okay, and this is just to the whole family. I have complete confidence in Mohammed and the team, and I know this is a lot of information, and hopefully we get a lot of training on it, but I have full confidence in this program, and I know this is going to be a blessing to us all. Thanks, Mohammed.
Hey, we appreciate you, my friend.
We'll definitely have enough trainings, and I was talking to the team today. I'm planning to have like kind of a bi-weekly or weekly bot talk. It's going to be like a meeting to talk about the bot and to explain whatever features that we have. And if anyone have a question, if anyone wants to do a custom strategy, what's good, what's bad, what can be done, what cannot be done, what are the goods based on your own, let's say, risk preference, and what do you want to do, and so on. We can help you to customize the bot the way you want. Okay, so we have yoga again, I believe.
Yeah, Mohammed, can you just show that the chart again? You know, where it dropped 80 to 80%. So
Yep.
you're saying that it didn't actually close out that session. How far was the new strategy from? Because obviously we want every session to close out ASAP. How far was it from closing out? Because you said you're not going to show the average price, so we'll never know. How far
I'll tell
we
you.
are.
Can you pull out your calculator just to help me with some math? Okay, so I want you to minus 196
196
minus 93.
103.
Okay, so we have already 103 covers below, right? And let's see now. We want to calculate how many covers do we have in the system, right? So what's the number that you had?
103.
Okay, 103. And here you have 107. So 107 minus 103?
4.
Okay, that means you have only 4 covers. It's that simple. Each cover is 1%.
Oh, so that is visible, yeah. So we know how close we are to closing out.
Yes, actually, in the new UI here on production, you will have how many covers have been added using profit, how many covers have been closed from the top. You'll have it here in this bar on the top. So it will be visible for you to see. And also one indicator for you is the available USDT here. It's already more than the capital that we started with.
Yeah, that doesn't really give us an indication of how far we are from closing out. It's great.
Yeah, because the profit is high already.
Yeah, it's great to see that profit, but
okay, so I think that's giving me some insight now to add open covers somewhere here.
Yeah,
the open covers in the system, right? Like right now, if we didn't do the math of minusing whatever is in the system minus what we have now to give us the 4 covers, we'll never know it. So I think that's something to add here. Will give you more visibility. Okay.
And comparing it to the EazyBot strategy, how far was that from closing out? Because obviously we would have been quite far out because we had an 80% drop.
Yeah, on that one actually it stopped early because it had all the 38 covers in the system. So it didn't have enough USDT. It was waiting for the mercy of the market to come up again and start closing some of the covers and use the profit to pull down the average price, unless you add funds from outside and open the MCR and let it trade on the down market.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's quite a big difference then. So you're almost closing out on the new strategy.
Yep, exactly. Almost closed because we have only 4 covers. 4 covers, each cover has 1% of the current capital. So it's just like it started today, like as if the cycles just started now, because 4 covers are quite a small region. Like each cover is 1,600 multiplied by 4. You have a small amount already in trade, 6,000.
Okay, and I presume it still has the trailing buy, the trailing sell, and like yesterday's flash crash that we had of about 25%. It would have just acted, the buys would have acted in the same way.
Again, what was that? Can you repeat?
You know, I don't know if you know, yesterday we had a drop of about 25%, 25%.
Yep.
So if it's that flash crash, the buy, obviously depending on the percentages, how far apart they are.
Yep.
Everything else still would remain the same in that sense when it's doing the buying.
Yeah, the pullback, it has the same parameters. It has a pullback and it has the drop percentage. It's the same. If there's an immediate drop without pullback, it will wait until it take the next cover. And here, just to show you something, this is how you will see the UI. This is when it sold the cover 56 on the top. That was the top cover at this time. And it will show here that it have used this much of profit from the virtual tank, wherever we're storing that 50%. This is the amount that it used, and this was the price that it was closed on. And this is the profit that it made now after closing, $21. Again, 50% of that went to the tank again, waiting for the next cover to close on the top, and 50% was realized as a profit. So it shows you like in different colors like this one.
Yeah. Cool. Sounds good. Casey, you're mad if you're going to change the parameters. We're having difficulty understanding it as it is.
Nice. Yeah, Mohammed, we'll roll out some additional training material content that will help our members better understand this phenomenal new strategy. So stay tuned for sure. Yogi, we appreciate your contribution to the community. I'm going to ask Daryl to come on in with your question, my friend.
Hello.
Hello. Hi. Yes, we can hear you.
I was having trouble unmuting. I'm sorry. So this new strategy is still in beta testing, if I'm hearing this right. You have not implemented it yet, but you're implementing it soon.
Yeah, it's actually in backtesting. We're doing backtesting. It's ready to be launched, but we're backtesting it to see the best parameters that we can use, the best settings as a default. So we're testing it in different durations in the past, like in 2021, we're looking at the worst case market scenario that happened in the past 3 or 4 years, and we're implementing it there to see how would it perform compared to the current strategy. But you're right, it's not been implemented yet for the users to use it. It's only on a testing server where we're testing it in the past.
Hussam, come back in, my friend.
Yes, I have another question. Sorry. I'm just kind of curious. Have we tested, or are we going to be running any tests on the different exchanges? I'm sure it's going to be the same, but I'm just kind of wondering if there might be something that we don't expect or anything like that, to watch for it.
Well, okay. So in regard of back testing, how it works on a perfect environment. There's no slippage, there's no movement, there's nothing. So it's like likewise. I mean, if you use it on use the chart of Bybit, if you use the chart of Coinbase, or you use the chart of KuCoin, or you choose the chart of Binance, it's going to give you almost the same result. But in real life, it's going to be slightly different. So it doesn't make sense to test in multiple exchanges. It's going to give us the same kind of result because the charts are almost the same. But the environment is different. The fees are different between exchange and the other. But it doesn't really make sense in back testing.
Yeah, actually, one of the things I'm just trying to figure out the fees, because I know in Coinbase maybe it's a little bit slightly higher than all the others, and if you have a different setting or different that's I guess that's where I might want it to. I guess when I use it, I might have to try it and figure it out. But just kind of wondering if there's anything or any ideas that might generate.
Yeah, just make sure when you adjust it, if you want to adjust it yourself, is make sure that you're putting the fees in a correct way so that you have enough profit. Like if you know that your exchange fees is 1% and you put it as 0, for example, then it's going to eat that from your profit. The bot is going to understand that your exchange fee is 1%. So I will not consider that. I will still keep my take profit as 1.5%. But when the trade is executed, then that percent is going to be taken from your profit. So instead of making 1.5% in profit, you're making only 0.5%. Very easy to have a slippage that puts you negative in this case. Keep in mind that you have also the SSF fees and so on. So try to be accurate when you put the fees, please, because that will protect you from having losing trades and so on. So if you have a deal with the exchange to lower the fees, then put the actual one. Don't keep it as 1%. That will help you to close trades faster. Because if you have, let's say, for example, your exchange fees is 0.2%, but you're putting 2%. That means you're waiting for so long for the trade to close. Yes, you'll be making more profit, but maybe the price is fluctuating in this range. Then you're not making anything. While if your take profit is lower, then you will see buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and selling multiple times within that region. That's why we reduce now the take profit to 1.5%, so that when you add the fees, it's not like exceeding the 2% and so on. But in any way, in all the cases, you better be safe and put the actual fees and make profit than putting a non-realistic exchange fees and then make losses in the trades or make very few cents in profit. Hope that makes sense.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, last question we'll take for this segment will be from Crypto Guy Casey. We appreciate all your comments and questions. Any further questions or comments, please add them to the chat for us. We'll try to tackle them as time permits. Come on in, Casey.
Yeah, sorry. I know we could talk about this for hours. Just last question. On your back test that you showed us, what would the monthly ROI be for that example?
Okay, let's pick the math. Do you have your calculator handy?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So it ran for the period from 1st of April 2022 until end of July. So we have April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, and then you have 7 months in the new year, the 2023. That means you have 17 months, right?
Mhm.
So we have to divide this profit by 7. It will give you the monthly, then divided by 100,000. Okay, let's do it. Let me get my Excel sheet. Okay. Let me pull it down a bit. Okay, so the total profit is, let me copy it and paste it. Okay. This is the total profit. And we said 17 months.
Yeah.
I have to divide this by 17 months. This is the monthly kind of average profit. My capital is 100,000. So that means this divided by this, about 4%. In an 80% down.
Yeah, that's amazing. That is really, really good. Okay, thank you.
No problem.
All right,
Okay.
Mohammed, we appreciate all your time.